Welcome to eTeacher Pakistan webinar series. The eTeacher Pakistan webinar series is an initiative of the eTeacher Plus for Pakistan program. This program provides professional development opportunities to English language teachers and learners from all across Pakistan. These opportunities are provided through global online courses, massive open online courses, webinar series, and then engaging the alumni into lots of alumni engagement activities. The program is fully funded by the Regional English Language Office at the US Embassy Islamabad. In Pakistan, it is implemented by Evolution. If you wish to stay updated about the eTeacher programming, please follow Relo Pakistan on Facebook and you can also subscribe to their YouTube channel. If you wish to gain more specific information about the components of the eTeacher Plus for Pakistan program, please visit evolution.com.pk/eteacher. Today, as a part of eTeacher Pakistan webinar series 3.5, we will be presenting on Seesaw, the learning journal. To present on this topic, we have with us today Saima Jawaid Khan. She is an instructional coach and founder of the Teachers Lounge. She has been trained by many international organizations, such as Regional English Language Office at the US Embassy Islamabad, Arizona State University, and University of Oregon, under which she did the eTeacher program. She has a vast experience of 14 years where she very well embeds her workshop with 21st century skills. We are very much excited to learn about this digital tool, which is Seesaw, in today's webinar. Saima is going to talk about, how you can use Seesaw in your English language classrooms. What are some of the benefits that you and your students can gain, and how you can make your online teaching and learning more and more engaging for your students. So, without any delay, let me please welcome Saima for the presentation.
Hello and welcome to eTeacher Pakistan webinar series. My name is Saima Jawaid and I am an eTeacher mentor. Today, I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to use Seesaw. So let's begin. Seesaw, the learning journal. What is Seesaw? Seesaw is basically a student-driven digital portfolio. It's also an engagement tool and it's a creative tool. Now, what do some teachers use Seesaw as? They use it as a place to share students' work. They use it to encourage individual reflection and also peer feedback. And they use it to provide encouragement, constructive criticism, and suggestions for improvement. They use Seesaw for authentic audience of peers, encourages students to do their best. They review feedback before they are posted for constructiveness and appropriateness. So let's get started with Seesaw. For that, you need to go to web.seesaw.me. This is where you are going to click up, sign up free. And once you have signed up, you have to choose, I am a teacher. Now there are two ways of signing up. Either you can sign up by filling up your information, by putting up your first name, last name, email address, and creating a password there, or you can sign up using your Google account. All right, the first thing that you need to do there is to create a new class for yourself. And this is where you're going to go. Once you click on your name, you're going to see that there's an icon for create new class. So you just need to click on that. And this is the page that you're going to see. Create your class. Now there are two options again. Either you can import your class list from Google Classroom that you already have maybe, or you can enter a new class name, choose a grade level. Okay, once you're done with that, then you need to go on to class settings, and this is where you're going to go. Once you click on that, you're going to see a sample class. Here, you're going to add some students. Since you're not importing them from Google Classroom, you're going to add students here. So add students, you need to add their names here. Let's say Ali, Nimra, Ryan, Zoya, Zunera, Hanya. All right, so check mark. Don't forget to check mark. Okay, here you have to get your students signed in. Now, how you're going to do that? You're going to either print student sign-in poster and you're going to share it with your students, or you're going to add more students there. So copy the link. You can share this code with your students, or from here you can choose the student sign-in mode. There are 3 different modes. Either you can email them, you can ask, either you can ask them to sign in from an email or a one-to-one device. All right. So once you're done with creating your classroom, now is the task of creating a lesson or an assignment. So there are 2 ways of doing that. Number 1 is by exploring the community library. Library is basically ready to go lessons and which can be customized as well. So let's have a look at that. Here, the plus sign, click on that and go on to the second option, that is assignment. You can see that there's community and my library tabs here. So click on the community tab. After clicking on the community tab, you'll be able to see various lessons, ready to go lessons of different grade levels and different subjects. So you need to choose your grade level and your, let's see, we're going to choose grade 6 here, and you can choose the subject of your own choice, whatever that you're teaching. We're going to choose English language. So these are all the list that you're going to choose. We are choosing English language arts here. And here you can see that these are the different lessons already prepared by teachers all over the world. See, there's a wide range of these. So I like this one. Let's have a look at this. This is about personification. The instructions are written here. Take a photo of any object in the room, write some personification sentences about it, look at the list below, and you can share this activity by clicking on these 3 dots. Since I like it, I'm going to add this in my library by clicking on the heart here. The purple heart shows that it's part of my library now. So I'm going to assign this first to my students. Now here the option is that of a sample student. Sample student basically means that you can assign a task to a sample student and have a look at how it's going to look to your actual students. So I'm going to remove all of my students and just going to send it to a sample student. Yeah, and don't forget to click on the green check, assign to the class. Once I have assigned, students are going to sign in and students are going to respond. So this is how the assignment will look to my students. Once, and they're going to add response to that. This is how it will appear to your students when they click on the add response button. These are the instructions. If they have forgotten the instructions, they can click on the instructions and read the instructions again on what to do about them and how to go about doing this task. Now the options here, either they can click on a picture, upload a picture, or they can draw. The icons actually are very helpful for students to understand what to do. Like the pencil shows the drawing, the note, they upload the video, or there's a link to it. Okay, so we're going to assign another activity here. Again, we're going to go on to the community. We're going to look for a different kind of an assignment. grade 6, English language arts, okay, learners this time. And let's see, I really want you to see the different kinds of assignments, the attractive assignments which are there in the community library. And that should be an inspiration for you all to come up with interesting assignments of your own for your students. Look at the variety here. It's like being in a candy shop. You just can't choose which one to pick. Okay, so I like this one. It's a speaking activity, and there are two pictures here, and your students need to speak. It's a speaking prompt basically, and where your students have to write a response and add details for higher vocabulary. And they have to, okay, so you add to your library and you assign it to your students. Go on to the sample student. I don't want to assign it to my students yet unless I see how it's going to look. Okay. Assign to one student. A sample class. This is how it's going to appear to my students. The instructions are here. It's fun to explore this app, this learning tool. All right, so here is another one. It's about a character change, like in the beginning of the story, how the character was and how it turned out to be at the end of the story. And this is like a notebook for them, for your students. This is how it's going to appear to them. Here they can use different options. They can write something here, or they can record using a microphone, or they can upload a photo or a video. They can add some shapes here. These are some pencils, pens, the highlighter. So make it look interesting. Your students can use a variety of tools here. Don't forget to check mark. This is how they're going to upload their assignment. Okay. So once we have explored the community, now it's time to create your own lessons or reuse any of your old lessons, all right? So let's have a go on this. Again, go on to the plus sign and assign activity. You remember the community tab in the My Library tab, click on the My Library, write an activity name like story elements for me of a story that my students will be reading about hula hooping queen. Whatever instructions that I want to give to them, I can write them here. Listen to this reading of hula hooping queen. And complete the plot diagram. This is what the instructions are. For this, I'm going to upload a format for them to work on, and which is already saved in my computer. I'm going to upload. Okay. Okay, here I'm going to basically add the link of the hula hooping story that is being read out by Oprah Winfrey. And now I'm going to add the template of the story plot that is saved on my computer. Okay, you really need to, it seems that it was really small, so I'm looking for a bigger diagram plot. Let's see. This seems to give a complete description of the plot. So I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to save it on my computer. And now I'm going to upload this one here. Okay, so it appears that it's going to be a small one. Let's just start with this. Okay, so it is a big one here. And I like how it looks. So I'm going to go ahead with it. I'm going to save this activity of mine. I don't need to add anything else. I'm just going to, you can add more options like instructions for the teachers or your own notes. And you can save this activity here. So this activity is going to be saved in your library. Now, if you want, you can assign it to your students the same way that we were assigning assignments from the community library. Sample class, just have a look before assigning to your student. Make sure you assign it to your sample students so that you can have a look of how it's going to look to your students. All right. Now, the next thing that I'm going to tell you is that about the Seesaw tool icons shortcut. When we're writing the instructions, you can write, you can insert Seesaw tool icons there. And how you're going to do that, this is what I'm going to teach you right now. It's really interesting. That's my favorite part, basically. That shows your creativity. So this is the speaking activity that we had selected earlier. So I'm going to edit this and the instructions are already written there. I'm just going to change some of the instructions from here and I'm going to add some tools. Like write your responses using the okay, have a look here. I've written colon, label, colon. And once you're going, I'm going to upload this, you're going to see that colon, label, colon is going to change into a pencil icon. So I'm going to use the colon, my colon to practice saying it aloud at least once before recording. This way, my students are going to practice speaking and they can use the mic tool there. So I don't like how it's written, so use the mic to say it aloud. So you see, I've changed two of the instructions here. I've edited two of the instructions and I've added icons here of a pencil and a mic. Here you can see using the T and the mic to say it aloud. Use the T to text, write something. Okay, this is the chart which will be available to you in the instructions here, and you can take a look at it as well. Okay, so Seesaw tool icons shortcut, this is what we did. And this is the chart that you can use to write, to insert any tool that Seesaw offers. So these are the different tools. Add response. For add response, you can write colon, add colon. For the camera, you can say colon, photo colon. So colon basically is the integral part of the code. See, for the highlighter, if you want your students to use the highlighter, you can write colon, highlighter, colon, and all that. Basically, whenever your students upload a task, it will not be seen on their page unless you as a teacher approves it and gives feedback on it. So let's have a look of how you're going to see the uploaded task. So this is one assignment that I got from one of my students, and the pink bar here shows, give me an instruction of to review the task that was done by my student. So my student actually did something here, and if I like it, I'm going to give a feedback on that. So these were the two assignments that were uploaded, and I'm going to approve them because they look good to me. And this one, I don't like it, so I'm going to send it back to the student so that they can work on the task again. And I can leave a feedback for my students as well from the comment section here. I can leave a written comment, or I can leave a verbal comment as well for my student to whether I need them to work on the assignment again or I like their assignment. So so this is the feedback that I'm sending to my student here. Okay. Write your student feedback here. All right. So, or you can send, okay. So upgrade for skills is for the paid version. You can also video voice record. For that, you'll have to give access to your camera or your mic. Okay, my microphone was blocked, so I need to. Okay, so something's not working here. Let's forget about it. And approve all. All right. So this learning tool is highly recommended to for teachers who allow students multiple methods to demonstrate understanding while increasing their responsibility. Basically, some of the students, they like to draw, they like to say it out, they like to write, or they like to represent their work in the form of a picture. So this is basically, this is a platform for students, for teachers who like their students to demonstrate the learning different methods. Also, this is highly recommended for English language teachers because this actually helps you in with this actually helps you with giving them tasks related to all the four skills, that is speaking, listening, reading, and writing. So it's highly recommended to English language teachers. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much, Saima, for your valuable input and introducing Seesaw to us. If you have comments, questions, and or suggestions, please feel free to write us on eteacher@evolution.com.pk. If you wish to participate in this eTeacher Pakistan webinar series and you are one of the alumni of our programs, please reach us on the same email address to show your interest. Until then, we wish you happy teaching and happy learning.